Hello, good evening, sir. So, one of the essence of spirituality is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, the world as a one family. But the present trends that we are seeing happening and the countries are evolving into unilateralism and self-interest, as you say, power absorption and phenomena like racism, terrorism, and intolerance. These things are perpetuated by technology. So, this is posing a big challenge in attaining this one world concept. So my question is that what do you think is a way forward of attaining a spirituality as a global consciousness phenomena?
No, no. Kutumbakam is not the the basic premise of spirituality. That is not. It's just that it's a popular kind of catchphrase. It is not the fundamental thing. Again, global consciousness is another phrase in circulation these days, but that again is not something deeply spiritual. The first thing that spirituality brings to you is not that the entire world is a family, but that the entire world is false. Not that the entire world is family, but that the entire world is false. Not family, but false. There's a big difference there. Now, when you say the world, it is actually your world you are talking of. The sages take great pains to help us understand this. There is nothing called the objective world. We all live in our personal universes. And it is these personal universes that are false. And because we live in our personal worlds, therefore no two worlds are ever properly at sync with each other, in sync with each other. And hence there is a lot of strife. I live in my mental globe, you live in yours. And my globe is never going to concur with yours. Why? Because I have a personal center and you too have a personal center. And the personal center is false and cares just about its own false and imaginary welfare. So it's not that the entire world is a family. That's a very pedestrian kind of concept and phrase we have picked up because it suits us. If you go to Vedanta, if you go to Upanishads, the kind of declarations you find there are far deeper, far richer, far more striking, but we don't pick them up. We don't pick them up because they don't suit us. First of all, we don't understand them. All right. And if ever accidentally we do get to understand, we find them scary. We find them scary because they reveal to us the falseness of our concepts, our very life itself. So we don't touch them. We pick up something very, very easy and comfortable like Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. Right? The oneness of the globe will remain a mere pipe dream as long as the more fundamental spiritual question is not answered. The fundamental question is, who am I? And as you go into it, you discover that most of that which you consider as yourself is a mere phantom. Our past speaks from within us, borrowed concepts, our mouth spouts, environmental influences get absorbed within and then start speaking as I. And when you see that, then you say, how can I insist on my on my desires, on my concepts, on my beliefs, my opinions, my thoughts? How can I insist on any of these? And that's when the Vedantic process of neti neti begins. You start dropping. You say, it's not worth it. It's not worth it carrying the false into the future. What's the point energetically plunging into something when I do not know who I am and what that thing is? So there comes a pause. And with that pause, there is clarity. And then in that clarity, there is renewed, fresh, and life-giving action. So, you see, are we happy even with the little personal families that we have? What happens in our families? What happens in our houses? Let's get real. If we are not happy in a family of 5, why do we want to extend the same unhappiness to the entire globe by talking of stuff like Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam? The man and the woman are all the time at each other's throat, breaking each other's head. You cannot have peace even in your kutumb of 2. Why do you want to have a global kutumb? But it sounds so nice. And then from high platforms and very respectable fora, such things are uttered. And they are totally meaningless. Mean nothing at all. Why? Because we have never had the time to really go into spirituality. Advaita Vedanta is at the core of all religious streams. We have never had the time to study Vedanta. So the little exposure to spirituality that we have is by way of popular culture. Somebody taught us some verse from Saint Kabir. Somebody came to us and, we accidentally heard something from the Ramcharitmanas. Upanishads, obviously they are in Sanskrit, so we not even accidentally got to hear them. So, and that's where we stand, you see. In the name of spirituality, all we do is pay lip service. You go to university functions. Before they start doing what they want to, they have something called the Saraswati Vandana and lamp lighting and such stuff. And whenever I am on such a stage, let me put it clearly, I cringe. Do we even know what we are doing? But we use Sanskrit and cultural motifs to just lend respectability to whatever we are doing, without understanding even 1% of what Vedanta is about. I request that let's please initiate a course on Vedanta. Let's have a compilation of the richest, the juiciest verses, and at least some students will benefit. At least the faculty members will benefit. So, yeah. I have much to say. It's just that I'm blocked by the context and the paucity of time.
Yes, sir, I understand. But I also have one thing. Without we feeling oneness, how can we gonna face the global challenges that we are facing today?
But you do not know the one you are. How will you feel oneness with the one that the other is?
So spirituality, what is the scope of spirituality in this case?
First of all, know the one you are. Oneness with the other is a far-fetched thing. I do not know who I am. How will I find my brother? Tell me, please. You want to have universal brotherhood. You do not know your own name. How will you identify your brother?
So it means like each individual has to search for themselves. Then we have to.
Obviously. The moment you search for yourself, you find all that which keeps you divided and distinct from the other. You not only find that, but you also find that it is false. And with that discovery, oneness is established on its own. You do not have to search or strive for it. Oneness is not an accomplishment in the outer direction. Oneness is a discovery within. You have to look into yourself. You cannot, remaining deluded and torn within, you cannot go to your neighbor's house and hug him and say, now the two of us are one. That will be meaningless. No.